Hi everyone, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Is it starting to warm up in your area? It is here in Michigan. It was so bitterly cold early in the week, but later in the weekend, this weekend, it's warmed up a little bit, so that's nice. The only problem now, we're dealing with a slushy mess outside from all that snow melting. But anyway, it means it's great weather to craft, right? Okay, so a little bit of housekeeping, please. If you like my video, I would appreciate it so much if you'd share my video, comment, share down in the comments. Then everyone who does that, I put their name in a drawing and I choose somebody to win the project that I will be working on tonight. If you recall, last week I made this really cute watermelon card using the watercolor melon celebration stamp set. This stamp set is free with a $50 purchase before shipping and tax. And I love it because the shapes are very easy to cut out, to fussy cut, so you don't even need any special tools. Although this watermelon right here matches our oval punch perfect. But because she shared my video, she commented, shared, Maria Sanchez is going to get this card. So Maria, I will get this out to you very soon. Okay, if you're watching on YouTube, welcome. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel and then hit that little blue bell and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And that is most every Monday night. Okay, so now tonight I am going to make a cute card using one of the bundles in the mini catalog. You know what? Let me just go change the view down to my hands and we'll get started right there. Okay, so we are going to use the hot air balloon bundle tonight. It's this stamp set and this 16-piece die set. Oops, there's a bit of a glare. Let me put it up like that. And it has some coordinating paper. And if you notice, well, let me start here. First of all, the colors in this paper are Azure Afternoon, Balmy Blue, Bubble Bath, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Lemon Lolly, Petal Pink, and Pool Party. So, if you are a pastels person, this paper is for you. Look at this. Look at these designs. And just think of all of the versatility you could get out of this paper. But, to make it even better, let me pull this piece of paper out and show you that some of these balloons can be cut out with the dies. Look at that. There's that one there. There's two balloon sizes. There's a small one and a large one. Here's a heart-shaped balloon right here. It'll cut that out. So that, you know, that is so easy when you're card making. Let's see if there's any other patterns here real quick that do that. I'll be honest, I haven't looked that close at it. Let's see if there's any more balloons. But there's some clouds on the back. Those would be great. Okay, I think that's the only paper, but you get what I'm talking about. So, I love this paper a lot. And I love this bundle, and so this is what we are going to be using tonight. We will be making, where's my card? We are going to make this card here, this birthday card, using the dies and the stamp sets from this bundle. So look at that. I think that's great. So let me tell you, let's start out here. The cardstock base is thick, basic white. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and it's folded in half. Well, let's just get started. Here I'm rattling off. I should just do it. Okay, where's my bone folder here? Pardon my unfancy host code there. My printer, for some reason, will not retain the password to my network, and I just didn't have time to go deal with it, so you get it handwritten tonight, but that is the new host code. So you can see here we have a piece of Bubble Bath. I love this shade of pink. It's like bubblegum pink, but we know why they named it Bubble Bath, don't you? You remember the Bubble Bath when we were a kid, that the box was this color? I always wanted it, but my mother would never buy it for me. Did you ever have it? Okay. So anyway, this piece here is 3 3/4 by 5, and it is embossed with this embossing folder, which comes from the Basics 3D embossing folders. There's a set of 3 embossing folders that are available as online exclusives, and you want these because they're great. This has got these circles, or these little bubbles. There's one that's kind of crosshatch, and I forget what the third one is, but there are 3 of them, and it's $30, and it's called the Basics 3D embossing folder. So let me pull my old, sad, tired plates out of here. And when you're using a 3D embossing folder, you need a special plate. But first of all, see that line right there? You can line your cardstock up on that line. So especially important if you've got like a plaid or some kind of a design that's has a lot of straight lines, because if it's crooked you'd notice it. But anyway, when you're using the 3D embossing folder, just like it says here, the great thing about the platform is it's got your sandwiches right on it, so you never have to go hunt for any paperwork or look it up or anything like that. Your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine comes with this top plate to use with these 3D embossing folders, and this just goes through here like butter. Like butter. And there we go. Okay, I'll be coming back to this machine in just a little bit. Had I had my, collective what together, I would have done it at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this on my base. Okay, and that was so easy. The great thing about embossing folders is they just add an extra layer of interest. A little more dimension. Let me turn that over. Which way do I want that? Yeah, that's good. They add a little bit of dimension to your projects. Okay, there we go. Now, you have another piece of Bubble Bath cardstock, and this one is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8, and you're going to cut a piece of the Designer Series paper, the 3 by 4, put it right on there. Okay, super simple so far. It's really not hard. Then that's going to go on our base with dimensionals. I'm going to use dimensionals on that. Okay, let's see. When I'm doing something like this, I like the 4 corners and 1 in the center just to give it a little support. Okay, let me set that over there. And we'll go ahead and put that on too. And then we will start building our hot air balloon. And I feel like this paper is just so versatile. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to make our hot air balloon. So let me get our mat. Our ink we're going to use is Flirty Flamingo. Okay. We have 3 things to stamp. We're going to stamp the balloon, we're going to stamp the basket, and we're going to stamp our sentiment. I already have the sentiment cut out. For me, it's just a little easier. So anyway, I'm gonna ink up my stamp. You can see it leaves a piece in the center to keep it perfectly, you know, sized, but makes it easy to stamp, you know, make sure your proportions are right. You know what I'm trying to say. Words are leaving me tonight. It's only Monday. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and do a little, this is the little basket. I'm going to just put it right over here. Perfect. And while I have ink out, I might as well do my sentiment. It says, up, up and away, hooray, it's your birthday. Okay, so I've got that out of the way. And I'm going to close this up so I don't put something in it and get it inked up. Okay, let me get out some washi tape so that I can put my dies on here. And when I move them, then I don't have to worry about them falling off and moving around and all of that. And I don't do this all the time, but I do it a lot on my videos just because then I don't have to you know, stamp and recut. Because on this one I got the die was not exactly straight and I had to redo it. It just did not work. And I'll tell you why in a minute, you'll see. Okay, and let me get the big balloon. Yeah, you can see there's two sizes of balloons. There's a large one and a small one. And there's matching. There's the big one, the small one, and that one's just a different shape. I don't think there's anything that matches it, but you could cut that out easy enough too, I think. Okay. You know, every die's a little bit different, and you have to figure out how to get it so that it's in the right spot. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put just a little bit on the other side too. Like I said, if it was just me doing this, I wouldn't do it, but I don't want to have to, I wouldn't put this tape down, but I didn't want to have to do this multiple times. I won't get it right the first time. So let me pull my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine over. I had to bring the big one over because we were using the embossing folder. But for these, I could probably use the little one. I'm almost sure of it. Okay, here's my old tired plates, but you know what? They still work, but I'm going to need to replace these really soon. So I'm going to put this in here. Even this one, this is cracked. It had curved and at some point it cracked, but you know what? The crack is good. It releases the pressure. Now it lays nice and flat. They're not pretty, but they get the job done. Now I have a whole different, there we go. I did a pretty good job on that, getting that balloon centered, that die on my stamped image. I have a whole separate set of plates I use for things like foil, because you don't want any cuts in your plate when you're die cutting foil. Otherwise, it'll show up in your foil. And so, you know, if it gets scarred up, then I move it to something else, you know, a different. Okay, so now I don't know if you can tell. This stripe, this section through here is the same as this designer series paper. I used this die and I have already cut it out. And then these this piece here is also cut out. Oh, and the one above it. These two here are also cut out of the bubble bath. Okay, so I did that, and I used the adhesive sheet on the back. I used on this one, I used the glue, and it works, but I didn't want to have to deal with it, so I used this one for that, this one for that. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by putting this on top of that. Let me put this over here. So this card went together in a little bit different order, so bear with me here. And I decided when I was doing it, there had to be a better way. Okay, so I'm just going to peel this backing off. Simple as that. I'm going to get my little tweezers so that I can see and get this right on where it goes. Perfect. There we go. And so I can glue that right on there. Get my seal. Again, I'm going to use these. I just like it because it keeps my fingers out of the way so I can see where things need to be. So I made another card using this set, and if you notice, there's this stamp here. So you could stamp this, and then you could stamp this right on the same piece of paper. I had a little trouble getting it in the right spot. So you could stamp this separate, fussy cut it out, and then adhere it to this balloon just like I adhered this piece to it. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here like that, and then I think I'll put my basket on. I did it last time, I did it a little differently. I put the basket on this piece first, and luckily I had used the glue, the liquid glue, because I was able to get it off. I had to take it off and kind of fix it. Okay. Oh yes, there was 2 pieces of adhesive sheet. Not ideal, but not a big deal. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put this right there. Okay. Then this is going to go on here. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive right on the back, a little bit of just to how do I hold this? Adhere my basket to. Yeah, it goes just down like that. Perfect. These little scallops right here are going to match up with these little scallops on this basket. Let me show you. See, the scallops right here are kind of matching up with the scallops on this basket. So I had to kind of see where it was supposed to go. There we go. Yeah, see, when I put this one together, I attached the basket to this pink piece, and then the little things that went up were showing on the front, so I had to quick and take it off and switch it around to the back. So that's why this worked much easier, putting that on there and then attaching the basket. Okay, so now we're going to put our final touches on our card. It's really not that hard. So we're going to put it like this. Since I already have dimensionals on this layer, this one is going to be flat because, you know, I don't want my cards too thick, and then I have to deal with additional postage and issues like that. But I'm only putting adhesive on the left 3/4 of my balloon, okay, because it's going to kind of hang off this side here. I mean, if some of the adhesive hung off, it wouldn't be the end of it. Okay, we're gonna put that right up there. See how easy this is coming together? Okay. Oops, I want it on my card. There we go. Okay. We're gonna use, I love this, I do love this Baker's Twine. The 3-color pack. I think it is Lemon Lolly. I think it's Calypso Coral and Balmy Blue, but not entirely sure. I used this a couple weeks ago on another card, if you recall. But I kind of like Baker's Twine. It's easy to work with. It's not real bulky. Now, so I've doubled it. So I'm making 2 loops, and then I'm just tying those loops together as if they were single, okay? And just putting one right inside the other. That's the bunny ears method of making a bow. Then you have to just kind of, what I call finesse it, massage it, to get the bow the size you want. Now mine is a little bit lopsided. You can see I've got one side that's real long and one that's real short, but you know what? That's okay, because the short side's still long enough, in my opinion. I just won't cut any off of it. So there's that. Oh, I got a little sticky on my snips there. See, it's just, I'm going to put it right there with some glue dots. Where are my glue dots? They are right here. And when I'm putting it on behind a knot for with a Baker's Twine bow, I kind of roll it in a little ball. I don't work it too much because I don't want all the sticky to go away, but I also kind of want it to hide back there. So sometimes it sticks out. Let's see. There we go. I had someone one time that was cutting them in half, and I don't need to cut it in half. Okay, and we have our gems. I think I used these last week too, the iridescent foil gems. I think they're perfect because they go with any color. They really do. So let's put, okay, I think I've got the big one over here. I've got a big one down here. And I think I've got a small one up here on my little banner. So, am I done? I think I'm done. So there you go. This is the Up, Up, and Away, Hooray, It's Your Birthday card using the hot air balloon. So, if you want, don't forget, we're still in celebration. Let me grab my calendar, or my catalog. I want to see how much this bundle is. I don't recall right off. Yeah, if you ordered this bundle together, it's $45. So that's almost got you to a free item. And then throw that paper in, which is, let's see how much that is. That is $12.50. Yep, that would get you a free celebration item. So if you would like my help placing an order, let me know. If not, here's my website, my host code, and Up, Up, and Away. So thank you everybody for joining me tonight, and I'll see you next Monday night for Stampin' with Denise. Bye now.